Javier Milei has proven to be Argentina's saviour. Before the Libertarian leader's ascension to the top job, Argentina was battling through record high inflation, widespread poverty, and depleted morale. And although these issues persist, in his short time in power, Milei has breathed new life into the struggling South American country, beginning to rebuild its economy and renewing hope in the process. Sky News All-Stars Rita Panahi, Paul Murray and Rowan Dean take a deep dive into Argentina's renewal. Argentinian President Javier Milei stormed into power and has been kicking goals ever since. From his dire warning at the start,
Si un país carece de reputación, como lamentablemente es el caso de Argentina, los empresarios no invertirán hasta que vean el ajuste fiscal, haciendo que el mismo sea recesivo. En tercer lugar, y no por ello menos importante, para hacer gradualismo es necesario que haya financiamiento. Y lamentablemente, tengo que decírselos de nuevo, no hay plata. Por ende, la conclusión es que no hay alternativa al ajuste y no hay alternativa al shock. Naturalmente, eso impactará de modo negativo sobre el nivel de actividad, el empleo, los salarios reales, la cantidad de pobres e indigentes.
to posting 2 consecutive surpluses mere months into his presidency, Milei is proving his sweeping reforms are working, according to Sky News contributor Dr. Rocco Leocono.
Look, from talking to my cousins in Argentina, look, their only concern, and I think Milei's only concern, is to ensure that he does the job for them to pull Argentina out of the mire that it is in and give it the prescription that it needs. Look, in terms of international politics, I mean, within days of him assuming the presidency, he told the Chinese to stick their Belt and Road Initiative, which is the biggest in all of the Americas, where they could fit it. The focus is on getting the job done. A bit like Giorgia Meloni. I mean, remember when she was elected Prime Minister, there were the meltdowns from the left and she was a fascist and the sky was going to fall in. But look, she's been focused on the job. The ratings agencies have given her a big tick. The polls are better for her than they were when she was elected, and I think Javier Milei will do exactly the same thing.
The economic libertarian explained he reached such a milestone by dramatically cutting wasteful bureaucracy.
De hecho, en lo que va de nuestra corta gestione, hemos echado más de 50.000 empleados pubblici.
Abbiamo buttato fuori più di 50.000 impiegati pubblici. Vi sono più di 10.000 contratti che non sono stati rinnovati. Vi sono 200.000 programmi sociali che erano portati avanti in modo irregolare e li abbiamo licenziati e abbiamo abbassato del 98% i bonifici, i trasferimenti discrezionali alle province.
Llevamos a cero la obra pública porque consideramos
per quanto riguarda le opere pubbliche, noi riteniamo che
And never one to shy away from confrontation, Milei even took the drastic step of firing one of his senior cabinet members live on television.
Pero no solo eso, además al secretario de Trabajo, digamos, lo he despedido.
¿Cuándo lo despidió?
En este momento lo están notificando.
¿A Yacine?
El secretario de Trabajo. Digamos, por este error. Un error que no debería haber cometido. Porque además, esto fue aclarado en el mes de enero, donde el consenso de todos los ministros era que nosotros tenemos que quedar con los sueldos congelados.
But not everyone is on board with Milei's approach. The president delivered a stern State of the Union-style address to Congress recently, warning he will push on with reforms with or without their support.
No negociamos el cambio y vamos a cumplir la promesa que le hicimos a la sociedad con o sin el apoyo de la dirigencia política. Lo haremos con las herramientas que nos puedan brindar o lo haremos únicamente con los resortes legales del Poder Ejecutivo como venimos haciendo hasta ahora. Porque nosotros, cuando nos encontramos con un obstáculo, no vamos a dar marcha atrás, vamos a seguir acelerando.
Despite this Trump-style brashness, Milei has been able to maintain high approval ratings with voters due to his relatability, says Sky News All-Star Rita Panahi and her guest, Webster University Assistant Professor Ralph Scholenhammer.
Now let's talk about the man they call the Argentinian Trump. President Javier Milei has been in the job only a couple of months, but he's taking some bold action to fix what has gone from, well, Argentina's gone from being one of the wealthiest nations to an absolute economic basket case with inflation running at 250%. And now, incredibly, Ralph, there are reports that he has just overseen the nation's first monthly budget surplus in over a decade. And I think I've got an idea how he did it. Do you remember this?
Ministerio de Cultura, afuera. Ministerio de Ambiente y Desarrollo Sostenible, afuera. Ministerio de las Mujeres y Género y Diversidad, afuera. Ministerio de Obras Públicas, afuera, aunque te resistas. Ministerio de Ciencia y Tecnología e Innovación, afuera. Ministerio de Trabajo, Empleo y Seguridad Social, afuera.
Ralph, how do you judge Javier Milei's performance thus far? I know it's very early days.
No, but you have to kind of admit there's a certain delicious irony that about 40 years after the Argentinians lost the Falkland Wars against Margaret Thatcher's Britain, they basically got now their own Margaret Thatcher. I mean, they do share a certain hairstyle together, so that's probably one of the many things that they share in common. No, I think he means it. I mean, this was always, we have one big disappointment in Europe, I believe, that's Giorgia Meloni, where the expectations were high, and then we have Javier Milei in Argentina, and he seems to mean it. And he combines something that I find particularly intriguing. He goes directly to the people. That is a very shrewd strategy. And we see even the demonstrations against him, like by public unions, like there are demonstrations, but they are very careful. So his approval ratings, his popularity with the people is still very high. If he can keep that up, right? If he can continue to communicate to the people that these reforms are going to be hard, but ultimately they're going to pay off, he might really be successful. So if he combines the revolutionary and the reformer, kind of the revolutionary that got into power that now transforms into the reformer, I mean, that would be great. A strong Argentina, an Argentina that so openly said they want to be on the side of the West, they want to be pro-Western, they want to be with us versus China, versus Russia. I think that would be a wonderful, wonderful thing. So I really hope that he can keep it up and that he will be successful in the end. The first signs seem to indicate that he will be. Inflation is still a problem, but these things take some time. I mean, this is going to be a painful medicine that he has to administer, but I hope that ultimately it's going to pay off.
Sky News All-Star Rowan Dean agrees, revealing Javier Milei flew commercial and embraced passengers on a recent flight.
Someone who's against woke is someone we've talked about here a lot, Javier Milei, the president of Argentina. Have a look at him. While Albo is travelling up the pointy end of the plane, and when he goes in his Commonwealth car, he can't use the phone. Javier Milei, who's a true conservative hero, this is how a conservative behaves. Have a look. There you go, a true conservative hero, Javier Milei, president of
extremist, if you listen to the Western media, right-wing reactionary extremist that tried to say he's a fascist. I mean, the characterisation of this man as some sort of Nazi. And where does he go? He goes to the Western Wall, and you know, he's
he's going to tear down all the bureaucracies.
Often referred to as the Argentinian Trump, Javier Milei was giddy at the opportunity to meet his idol, embracing the US presidential candidate, says Sky News All-Star Paul Murray.
Now finally, I want to talk about America and American politics here, because on the weekend, the CPAC convention took place. This is the most MAGA of MAGA events, where, among other things, President of Argentina got to hug the potential future beloved former president of America. Have a look at this for an outsider's wet dream. Have a look.
President! Nice to meet you. It's a very big pleasure to know you. It's an honor for me. Thank you for the work for me. I'm very happy. You are very generous to me. Thank you very much. It's a very big pleasure. You are doing a great job.
He looks so comfortable, doesn't he, as he's being... I'm not a hugger, I'm Trump, I'm not a hugger! But anyway, an Argentinian cuddle came his way.